Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Madonna True Blue. Yes, the journey continues. Not only does the journey continue, but I've also made a nickname for her. Her new nickname is Madeezy. Shout out to Madeezy, man. I don't know how I came up with it. It just sounds fire to me. So if you hear it every once in a while, I'm referring to Madonna. But anyways, y'all know the drill. If you enjoy the content, please consider signing up to the Patreon. The sole reason why I'm able to continue to make content, but honestly, just you being here really means a lot to me. Over there, you get early access to all the videos, full uncut album reactions, all the cool shit if you want it. But hey, man, you here now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and catch a vibe. All right, we got track 1, which is Papa Don't Preach. Let's go. Very orchestral to start off. Oh my God. Oh, I love that bass. Oh, everybody, if you're here for the Madonna party, let me see you on the dance floor. Let's go.
Papa, I know you're going to be upset, 'cause I was always your little girl.
This already is completely different from what I've heard from her already. If you've been following the channel for a while, y'all know I love a really good funky bass. Anything to get you on the dance floor, anything groovy, that's for me right there. So far, man, this got potential to be really great.
You always taught me right from wrong. I know you're held dead.
Shout out to all the dads out there, we see you. Everybody.
Papa, don't preach. I'm in trouble. Papa, don't preach.
Nice melody.
I'm in losing street, but I made up my mind. I'm keeping my baby. Gonna
Hold on.
keep my baby.
Okay, so it's starting to ring to me what the song is truly about. Now, from what I was told in the comments is that she explores a lot of themes, and especially when it comes to women empowerment and women liberation. So right here, I think she's talking about, I'm not sure if she's talking about herself or maybe it's just a story about, you know, pregnancy, maybe at an earlier age, especially since she's referring to her dad. She's really specifically talking to her dad. Again, I'm not sure if this is a personal story or just a, you know, a fiction story. Regardless, I could see from the earlier albums how people looked at her and felt empowered and things like that. She's letting you know, this is my decision. And I'm the only one who's gonna make decision. No one's gonna make it for me, which salute to her, respect to her.
Says that he's going to marry me. We can raise a little family.
But you also gotta be careful just a little bit, you know? He could be lying. You know, men ain't shit, you feel me?
But my friends keep telling me to
Oh my God.
I'm keeping my baby.
Keeping my baby.
Gonna keep my baby. Oh.
Gosh. Instrumentation. Oof. That bass is so disgusting.
Daddy, if you could only see just how good he's been treating
Yo,
me.
don't fall for them lies.
Give us your blessing right now, 'cause we are in love.
You got any lovers?
We are in love.
Let me hear you.
So please,
Papa don't preach.
I'm in trouble deep. Papa don't preach.
Look, bro. Can I relate to this song? Not really. Is it fire so far? It's really fun. I'm over here saying, Papa don't preach. I'm doing background vocals for Madonna.
Papa
Don't preach.
I'm in losing sleep. Papa don't preach. Oh, I'm gonna keep my baby.
It's so fun, man. Papa don't preach. Okay, so that was Papa Don't Preach. A very fun track. I really enjoyed that one. Can I relate to it? Not at all. To the women out there, y'all have my support truly, and I really do mean that. And this is coming from a dude with a lot of women in his life. My mom, sister, and cousins, like friends, things like that. Like, dog, there's just something men we gotta move to the side, right? I made a couple jokes saying the guy ain't shit. I was just really just joking around. This is actually somewhat serious in regards to the subject matter, so I did not expect this for a track one. Regardless if it's a personal story or a fictional story, it was really nice to hear and just like song format, because you hear about these stories, but like they're all very, very serious. So to her to have a very dramatic pop orchestral sound to it, that was really fun. It was just a really fun track. That bass was amazing. Now it's gonna be weird when I listen to this album. If I do listen to this album again, like if I end up liking it for the first reaction, well, let me go ahead and rephrase that. After every reaction, regardless if I like it or hate it, I still give the album chances and I still listen to it more and more just to see if I fall in love with the album or I fall out of love with the album. This is going to be a song that's very interesting because sonically, it's very fun and I look forward to listening to it again. Subject matter, I can't relate to being pregnant, and yeah, just, you get what I'm saying. But very fun track nonetheless. Track 2 is Open Your Heart. Very sparkly too.
See you on the street and you walk on by. Make me wanna hang my head down and cry. But something I want, don't try to resist me. Open your heart to me, baby.
You hear like the funkiness in the instrumental? There's so much like cool sparkly shit in her music. You hear that? Oh. It goes. I love that guitar in the back, man. It's so subtle but fire. Right there. I'm gonna run it back, but she has like a lot of sparkly noises in her music. And from all the albums I've reacted to so far, it's always been a constant. Like she just has like this life glimmer in her music. So from the first reaction, I was like, yo, she has a lot of themes about life, a lot of, substance, a lot of triumph, a lot of like perseverance, like stuff like that. And the production really has all these different small, subtle moments where it helps aid in that. And she had it right here. So I'm gonna run it back like about 15 seconds and you can hear it. That is insane. You know what's crazy? So y'all have been informing me about Madonna and her stardom and her popularity. So my only reference to pop music for most of my life, because again, I grew up a hip hop head, was Michael Jackson and Prince. And you can kind of see why I was very hesitant to listen to other kinds of pop, because those two are just a lane in their own. Like you cannot compare them to any pop artist today, like in 2026. And although I'm fans of some of the pop artists from 2026, those two guys, Michael Jackson and Prince, are just on a different level to me, just because of the way I grew up, and that some of those songs were soundtracks in my life, and just me being introduced to music in general was them. So y'all have told me that it was Michael, Prince, and Madonna. And for everybody to mention her name with those two names, it's like, holy shit. I definitely got to do a little bit more research or definitely check out her music. And so I'm reacting to her and I'm hearing all these synths, these keys. And a lot of the hip hop slash R&B crossover. I'll use The Weeknd as an example. Like, he's R&B, but he dabbles a lot with hip hop and the producers of hip hop, especially Metro. And he uses a lot of synths in his music. Mike Dean, the producer, a lot of synths, crazy synths, right? And so I didn't know pop, especially like the 80s like this, had it like that. And Madonna, especially when I've been reacting to all of her albums and this song included, all these like little intricate stuff in her production, I'm listening to the shit and I'm like really indulging in just all these little sounds. Now with this song in particular, Open Your Heart, I wasn't the biggest fan of maybe the songwriting. It was like okay. It was more so like desire, vulnerability, and just like pursuing somebody romantically. I could care less about the lyrics on this song, to be honest with you. Like, the only thing I can reference is open your heart, turn the key. That's all I really got from it. But in terms of the production, man, I was really amazed. I was really like in tune. I heard like the funky guitar in the back, the bright synthesizers, and just like it was just a very groovy track. And the key, like, it's just really greatly produced. Again, the songwriting I could care less about for this song in particular. But that production was amazing, man. But track 3, which is White Heat.
Treated him like a kid brother. And I was going to split 50-50 with a cop. Maybe he's going to get it sooner than he thinks.
Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah. I hear that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Stand tall. Nice. Boom, bam, bam, bam. That is nice. Everybody. Very infectious hook. Like, I already want to sing along. That's what they all say. That's what they all say. I knew it. I knew she might drop. Oh, wow. I had a feeling she might drop the beat. I like this song a lot, man. Because my love is dangerous. Yep. Dangerous. Stand tall. So this one had an extremely catchy hook. And not only that, she repeated it so many times towards the end, which I am actually a fan of when a really good hook gets repeated that many times. Now, sometimes if the hook is pretty bad and you repeat it towards the end, it's so repetitive, it makes me want to skip forward. But that one, particularly the hook, is some of my favorite parts. Get up, stand tall, love is dangerous. You know, that is just, it makes me want to sing along. I'm very fortunate to have the lyrics pulled up, so I can read ahead, I can sing along. But there's a few moments I do want to talk about with that one. That was more so of an up tempo pop track, but there's also like a little bit of like she put it in a film. I'm not sure what film or show she was referencing on that song. But in terms of, you know, the subject matter, there's like some rebellion, obviously in the relationship sense, and some bravado to her as well. Like, get up, stand tall. You know, you get what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, the songwriting not as strong, but that hook is really good. I just almost like just coughed like crazy right now. I was trying to hold it in. Sorry about that. But yeah, the hook, the songwriting is not the strongest so far from the track 2 and 3. It's still very early on in the album, but I'm definitely catching a vibe though. So I'm not too worried. Like, from what I've heard, She could definitely pick it up a little bit more, but I'm just nitpicking right now, to be honest with you. But track 4 is Live to Tell. Oh, I like that dramatic feel. Wow, having that guitar, oh, crazy.
I know where beauty lives. I've seen it once. I know.
Yeah, this second verse is nice. I like the variation too.
You kept it hidden well. If I live to tell the secret, I knew then. Will I ever have the chance again?
Oh, stacking the vocals is nice. Creating suspense. I'm a fan.
If I ran away, I'd
This shit is fire.
never have the strength
This shit is fire.
to go very far. How would they hear the beating of my heart?
Nice.
Will it grow cold, the secret that I hide?
Yeah, I'm a fan of this song a lot. Yeah.
Have the chance again.
Everybody, lighters in the sky. Let me hear you.
A man can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned my lesson well. Hope I live to tell the secret I have learned till then.
Oh shit, that was almost 6 minutes. I didn't realize that song was that long. I let it rock for majority of the song just because it was a more of a moodier track, which I'm a fan of. I like the moodier stuff as well. Sometimes when an album can be too, upbeat, I can still rock with it, but at the same time, I do prefer a little bit of variety. So that one kind of added some, spice, not spice, but something different in terms of what we've heard already. So Live to Tell, again, that was very atmospheric, a little bit slower of tempo, and some instrumentation changes like every once in a while. It was very sparse, so you're able to hear everything pretty well. And I think it was a very good track in displaying kind of like some of her range vocally in terms of just creating that suspense, creating that moody, dramatic feeling. Yeah, but Live to Tell, she's just secrets. I mean, I don't know really how to get into the nitty gritty, the details. I'm not really sure, again, if these are like stories or her like depicting like a personal story. But yeah, she does have that emotional resilience to keep going and live to tell. So that would be that for that track. All right, before I continue on with the reaction, I do want to apologize if you hear a hammer in the background. The roof is getting fixed. There's a lot of bad storms right now, and the roof needs to get fixed today because it's going to rain extremely bad tomorrow. So I'm very sorry if the mic is picking that up and you can hear that, but hopefully we can get through the reaction without too much of a distraction. Track 5 is Where's the Party? She's really leaning into like that fun kind of dancing feel for this album as well.
Working on the through Friday, takes up all of my time. If I can get to the weekend, everything will work out just
That's my type of subject matter right here.
Go crazy, that's when I can have fun. Time to be with my baby, time to come on
Everybody.
down. Where's the party?
Oh, nice.
I want to free my soul. Where's the party? I want to lose control.
If you know me and you know my reactions, you've been watching, y'all know this is automatically, I'm biased towards this kind of subject matter. One of my favorite Michael Jackson songs is Get on the Floor. Another one is Working Day or Night. Why? Because you got to leave that 9 to 5 on the shelf and get on the floor. She's literally just kind of being in that same realm right now. And so I automatically fuck with it. my god, I fuck with this song heavy. Oh my god, I love the subject matter on this. Oh. Oh yeah, this is a nice one. Oh shoot. That is nice. Oh shit. Oh wow. I like that. What the fuck was that at the end? Was that like a crying baby? Anyways, I don't know what that was. But I do like how she added that towards the end. The variation in the melody and just kind of like singing it faster and then adding like all this background noise. I think that was really cool. Now, again, that's a song about escaping daily pressure, especially when you're working, being an adult, things like that. I got into it during the Confessions on a Dance Floor album reaction. I've spoken about this subject matter so much, so I'm not even gonna keep repeating myself. But when it comes to the shit like that, I fuck with it automatically. You can count me in. I rock with it. Now, the production also has to match. That was very bright, dance pop-ish, synthesizers and upbeats. Everything you need for that formula to work. Melody, fire. Catchy hook, she got it. So, Where's the Party? Definitely one of my favorites on this album so far. Now, next track is track 6, which is True Blue. We got a little bit of like an island vibe to this, don't we? Like we're on a resort. She's lying right now, but it's okay. Oh, I don't want to know. Hey. Nice. Amazing melody. Yeah, I fuck with it. You know what I really rock with her? I like how she's constantly evolving from the albums that I've heard so far, especially the earlier works that we're in that phase right now. I can hear the progression in her artistry. It's just her just being a vocalist and just kind of providing this feeling onto you. It's really nice, man. Hey, go. Dreaming of. Okay. This might be my favorite, actually. Any lovebirds in the building, let me hear you. Hey, go. I fucks with it. Backgrounds. Those drums. I'm waiting for that hook again. is one of my favorites on that album. It might be the favorite, to be honest with you. True love. I love that. Boop-bop, ba-da-da-doo. It kind of has like a doo-wop feel to it as well, like the melody. Okay, that is probably one of my favorite songs of her of all time. I don't know why. From what I've heard, that's probably my favorite song of her. Like, definitely a top 3 track. Maybe I'm biased and it's because this is a first reaction. That was an amazing track. That is like pure loyalty, devotion, lovey-dovey song. But it did it in a way that wasn't so corny. Those melodies were absolutely beautiful. It was a perfect song. That was very, 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 very perfect. It kind of had a little bit of like a doo-wop feel, if you know what I'm referring to. Like, I don't know. I don't even want to try to attempt it just because I'm really bad at singing. But I'm not going to attempt to do it, man. Just search up doo-wop on YouTube, right? But that one was really, really great, man. True love. Like that. Oh, my God. I actually, round of applause for that song. That was one of my favorite songs from her that I've heard so far. That was crazy, man. Yeah, you know how there's some of those songs where on the first listen you know that's for you. That's gonna stay in my library forever. I just know it. But anyway, track 7 is La Isla Bonita, which I feel like I've heard it. Like the title sounds familiar, especially like in Spanish music. If you know what I'm talking about. If this is that song, if she's making a Spanish song, that would be crazy. But we'll see.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro.
This is a Madonna song. That shit is crazy. I didn't know. Yo, I didn't know that was a Madonna song. I've heard this song before. Actually, I heard it recently too. When I went to the Bruno Mars concert, we had Anderson .Paak / DJ Pee Wee have a set, and he was playing music from all different time periods. I'm almost certain he played this one. I forgot. But I've heard this song many times before. I didn't know. Bro, this does not sound like her other shit. This is crazy. She sounds different on the... I didn't know this was her song.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro.
Also, I think so a while back, my Patreon members, we did like a playlist battles thing, and I think this song was one of those on the playlist. But I was working through a playlist. I think it was YouTube Music. I don't think it was like Apple Music or Spotify. I think it was on YouTube, and I don't remember seeing Madonna's name. Or maybe this song is like very popular and it gets sampled by other ones. I'm trying to remember. It's been so long. It's been a while. Wow, this is her song though? What?
Just like I'd never gone, I knew the song. Young girl with eyes like the desert. It all seems like yesterday, not far away. Tropical, the island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be.
Everybody, grab your pina coladas. Grab your vodka sodas. I've never listened to this song with headphones before. I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't think I can move on with the reaction. I'm like really shocked right now. I'm like really. This is my first time listening to this song with headphones on, and the shit that I'm hearing, especially with that guitar and all like the clam noises, this shit feel like I'm at the beach. Like I've never heard those backgrounds before. What?
I want to be where the sun warms the sky. When it's time for siesta,
Let's call this
you
elevator.
watch them go by. Beautiful faces.
Bro, I'm so shocked right now.
Dropped with all the island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita. And when the summer plays,
Bro, I've never heard those backgrounds before. It's crazy.
This is where I long to be, La Isla Bonita. And when the summer plays, the sun would set so high, ring through my ears and sting my eyes. Your Spanish lullaby.
This is what the fuck? I had no idea this was her song. I had no idea this was her song. Like, I've always heard it casually, like when I was out and it played, like maybe a DJ played it or like through some speakers or outside in public. I've never listened to this shit with headphones, and I never knew who made the song. I just kind of listened to it, and I remember some of the lyrics, and that shit is so crazy to me. Like, her expansion of her sound and her moving that way in comparison to her previous projects that I've heard, and just do it so effortlessly, because she does sound slightly different on this one. Like, I would have never been able to guess that this was her, even after listening to like 3 other albums right now. That was insane. I don't really have no words, man. Like that. So usually when artists do like a crossover song like that where they have some other influences in there, like it's a clear Latin pop crossover, but it's done so in a way that's like very organic. I felt like I was in a resort. I don't drink pina coladas, but it felt like I had one in my hand. And even like the smooth acoustic guitar and like some of that gentle percussion, like it's sometimes it felt like clam noises. Just amazing. I don't have no words, man. I'm really shocked. I can't believe that's her song. I didn't know that. Fuck. Okay. Anyways, track 8, which is Jimmy Jimmy. You see how this is a big switch up already?
Where you going, boy? I see your legs twitching. Jimmy, Jimmy, oh, Jimmy, Jimmy. My daddy says you just need a good licking. Jimmy, Jimmy, oh,
Bro, the switch up is insane. What was going on here?
you say you're gonna be the king of Las Vegas. Jimmy, Jimmy, oh, Jimmy, Jimmy. Oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why.
She's very playful with her melody.
Who's fall in love with fools like you? Oh, Jimmy, Jimmy. You go and crash up your new
Oh shit. Who the fuck is Jimmy?
Is it because it didn't take you too far?
Jimmy Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy, Jimmy. Why do you always have such a sad face?
Jimmy Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy Jimmy.
Who's falling
She's just really good at making hooks, man.
You got a lot of style that can take you far. Take you further than my backyard.
Bro, there's so much going on in the background. Even those kind of drums. Okay. The way this album started off and how it's ending, she definitely has an uptick in terms of just the quality of this album as the album progresses. And just, again, her being able to experiment and just keep moving through these tracks and add something different. This is fucking cool. Like, I'm a big fan of like the shoe boop, oop, oop up, sha la la, whatever the hell she's doing right there. Again, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like doo-wop stuff. I'm a big fan of that. I like that a lot. Like, listen to those drums.
She's gonna hold you down. You got a lot of style that should take you far. Take you further than my backyard.
And of course, you got those synths in the back too.
I really love you, Jimmy. La-la-la-la.
Bro, just listen to that type of drum though. That ain't just a regular drum. Not like she had the bongers or some shit. Man, that was okay, so I was still shocked off of track 7, right? Then we move on to Jimmy Jimmy. I'm like, okay, this is a crazy switch up to go from like that Latin pop crossover to this, which is more like a energetic pop song, more so kind of like, maybe I'm very wrong when I say this, but like some of that doo-wop energy to it. But I'm a fan of that. But whoever Jimmy is, man, he has some problems. But like I feel like that's kind of like the goal was like this young love and just kind of like everything's going crazy, all this rebellious kind of romantic stuff going on. That was very playful in terms of everything, all about the track. So I was really interested, especially in their melody choices, and just the hook was very, very catchy. Like Jimmy, Jimmy, oh Jimmy, Jimmy. Like she made it an extra syllable right there. Fire. Like, and then the shala la, whatever the hell she just did right there. I'm not gonna, do it again, but she's having fun. And with this kind of production that I was not in, like I was unfamiliar with her game. Like I knew, because my first reaction was Confessions on the Dance Floor. So production was insane on that one. It's insane. But to hear it in the earlier projects, I'm very surprised and shocked, because I'm also, as I'm listening to this album, I'm considering the time period and what it might sound like. Again, when it comes to pop music, there's not too much for me to reference, but like I'm also shocked, just like me learning more about the genre for this time period. So a little bit of me just kind of learning something new, right? But track 9 is Love Makes the World Go Round.
Make love not what we say. It's easy to recite, but it don't mean a damn unless we're gonna fight. But not with guns and knives.
Oh, I would hope not.
To save the lives. Reach out for someone, and love makes the world go round. It's easy to forget if you don't hear the sound.
You know what I've noticed too, especially with the pop acts from the 80s, 90s, and yeah, primarily the 80s and 90s, their message about spreading love and just kind of, just being just a solid human being, like that message overall. Again, you got Heal the World. We Are the World. We got Man in the Mirror, and some other tracks, even some of the Mariah Carey songs that I've heard where she's kind of referencing some of the songs or this subject matter as well. I was very surprised about. And Mariah Carey, from what I was told, I thought she was just strictly R&B. People are saying she's pop R&B, whatever the case may be, right? Genres they're just all over the place now. But I'm really fond of this subject matter. Like, I kid you not. I know I'm sorry for referencing Michael Jackson a lot. I'm gonna stop doing it, I promise. But you gotta understand, that's my framework for this time period of pop music. So I kid you not, out of nowhere, I just started re-listening to History and Heal the World, and for no particular reason, man. Like, I just felt like being in a good mood, and I do my best to kind of do stuff on the side. I don't really like talking about it, but I do help out a little bit in my community. Just, I won't get into the details. Maybe one day I'll share. I just kind of do it for myself. I do help out as much as I can, and so when I hear this subject matter, like, it really just kind of rings true to my heart, just because, like, growing up, I was like the oldest, didn't really have too much help. Like, my parents are there, right? But you know how it is. Like, sometimes you don't always want to go to your parents, and there's times where you needed some help. But also, like, as a family, we also struggle just a little bit. Like, we didn't have a bad upbringing, but at the same time, we had enough. But there was times where I'm like, I'm looking at like my classmates in school, and I'm just like, I kind of wish I had that. But I'm just a kid. I'm not gonna get into the details of stuff like that, but yeah, when I hear the subject matter, it always impresses me, as like when I listen to artists do that, just because, and if you do that nowadays, it's considered corny. They more than likely won't make music like this to like this high quality as well in today's music. So it's pretty sad. I'm also, as I've gotten older, I've become more and more of an empath. So it's just crazy to hear like my own evolution personally, but I love hearing the subject matter and songs from big artists. And she's speaking real facts on this song too. Like, you can't disagree with her. Yeah, like I just said, it's true. Oh, wow. Fire. Fire.
Love makes the world go round. Love makes the world go round.
I like those ad-libs a lot. I love when artists have their own ad-libs. Nice. I love this ending a lot. All right, so I've said everything I need to say about that track. What I really wanted to say too, so I love that ending a lot. The last 40 seconds. Before I heard that, I was gonna say, as much as I do like the song, I think it could be condensed at least 30 seconds to a minute. I would still keep the last 40 seconds of that track though. I really enjoyed it, but maybe like cut a portion of the hook so it doesn't repeat as often. But I feel like if you can remove like about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, the song would just be like more jam-packed a lot. But like for the most part, I'm just nitpicking right there. So I've really said everything I need to say. Again, I like when artists, and I've realized during this time period, most artists have like their own ad-libs that is signature to them. So when she gets into that kind of bag and does all that fun stuff, like I enjoy it, man. So that's actually like the last song on the album. The next two tracks are True Blue, the color mix. I'll play some of it just to kind of hear the difference, and La Isla Bonita extended remix. So I'm assuming either the intro is different or the bridge slash ending is different. So we'll see. I'll let some of it play. Okay, so y'all know how I feel about remixes, extended mixes when I do album reactions. Most of the time, I don't rock with them, and I prefer the OG. Now, True Blue, you listen to the first 20 seconds of that. Let's listen to the first 20 seconds of the OG. See the difference. Okay. I know y'all hear where I'm coming from. I'm probably gonna go out on a limb and say I'm gonna prefer the OG. This one has more of an upbeat kind of like poppier feel. Actually, I might have spoken too soon. What the fuck? This is a whole 2.5 minutes longer too. Okay, so we had a portion where it was kind of doing its thing. Now I feel like it's kind of doing too much. But I'm gonna let a little bit rock again. Door. True love, you're the one I'm dreaming of. Look, bro, this is gonna be one of my favorite songs on the album. The OG. I mean, again, the color mix, the first minute and some change is what's really, really different, but so far it's kind of similar to the OG. I wanted to get in my bag, man. I prefer the OG. Like, I know myself, man. The OG is just gonna be where it's at for me. And it's not even because of recency bias. It's just because, so part of it is, and I cannot speak for her just because, again, I wasn't born during this time, but usually when there's a remix, it's because the OG is doing so successful, so they add something different, or they make a remix or a mix, whatever you want to call it, just to add more success to the already successful song. So I'm assuming True Blue is one of the biggest songs on this album. So, I mean, there's that. And La Isla Bonita extended remix. Obviously a big song. I just didn't know it was her song, so I'll let some of it play. I don't think I've ever heard the extended mix before. This one's a little bit more airy too.
Como pudiese olvidar.
Okay, so the beginning is also the difference.
Last night I dreamt of San Pedro. Just like I'd never gone, I knew the song.
Okay, so the beginning is different, but if it's not the middle, it will be the bridge.
Tropically island breeze, all of nature wild and free. This is where I long to be. La Isla Bonita. And when the sun will play.
Okay, so I'm gonna end it right there. Again, I'm gonna go with the OG, man. I don't think I've ever heard the extended mix play when I was out. But anyways, that is the first reactions to True Blue by Madonna. Look, man, the way it started, I was like, this is solid. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's like ranking above, you know, some of her other albums that I've heard so far. But once we get into track 5, I mean, Lift and Tell is really good too. But I feel like I would add that to the solid category more than great. But once you get into track 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like those tracks definitely kick it up a notch. So as the album went through, like this album really kicked up. I was getting ready to say like it's a solid album, but it's not my most favorite. But man, this is shit is fire, you know, as it goes on and on. She definitely explores a lot more, you know, artistic I can't say risks sometimes. She definitely gets into more of an artistic risk bag on here. A lot more stylistic variation, and I really rock with this. Like, this is fun. Like, I think True Blue is one of my favorite songs from her that I've heard so far, that I just really cannot wait to listen to it again, like right away. I feel like I'm gonna be playing that song nonstop, and I feel like this also kind of shows some evolution, shows some variation, really shows her kind of evolving as an artist. And I mean, again, the production on here is, I've spoken so much about it. Look, like she even adds some international stuff on there. The synths is crazy. The different elements. I'm realizing she's a big fan of guitars too, and y'all know I really love guitars. If you haven't noticed by the guitars in the background, but yeah, definitely the second half of this album is insane. Yeah, I really rock with it. And then in songwriting wise, again, the second half of the album is where it really picks up. I mean, you could really get into it when it comes to Live to Tell, but when it Papa Don't Preach, so that's, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's a personal story or a fictional story. That's a good story, but again, for me, in my personal life, am I gonna be listening to that song? I don't know yet. Open Your Heart, I didn't really care too much about the lyrics for that one. White Heat, it was there, but not all the way there from what I've heard. But I think Live to Tell / Where's the Party At is where it kicks up a notch and makes you like really feel the music. But that's just my first reaction, man. I can't wait to listen to this album again. Truly, 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 truly. The creative direction on this one, she definitely went somewhere different, and that was awesome. That was awesome. But anyways, the journey continues as long as y'all keep showing support to these videos. I rock with y'all heavy for watching, man. Truly, I've been getting a lot of support from the Madonna reactions after like the initial downturn. That shit was so crazy. I uploaded my first Madonna video, everybody was leaving. I'm like, okay, fuck y'all then, you know, just because a lot of my my popular reactions are classic rock albums, and I didn't know Madonna was such a polarizing figure. But who gives a fuck, right? I just care about the music. I think that's all I really got for y'all. Yeah, again, thank you all for watching the video, showing support for real, like dead ass. Y'all are amazing. Until next time, catch you on the next one.